Ian, you there, Ian?
What's going on? How are you? Sorry about that.
Dude, I mean, I got to, there's only one Ian to go around, I guess, huh?
I was actually doing my podcast when I got all the texts. I didn't want to cut short my interview, and
Okay.
Insider Life.
All right, so let me get to it here, the Honda Insider Report with Ian Rapoport. First up here, the Broncos hiring Vic Fangio. Does that mean that Gary Kubiak's going to run the offense, Ian?
It means Gary Kubiak will be heavily involved in the offense. He'll either be offensive coordinator or he will be senior offensive assistant helping out a lot. And that's, I think that's something that they would like. That's something they always kind of had in their head. Look, I mean, Gary Kubiak has wanted to come back down as an OC or a senior offensive assistant. He's never going to be a head coach again. His wife will never let him. And if you have Vic Fangio, maybe the best defensive coordinator in the NFL, running the defense and running the show, instilling some toughness, and you have Gary Kubiak running the offense, that's a lot to like right there.
And Kubiak, when he ran the offense in Baltimore, was terrific with Flacco. So is that something we could draw points A to B as well there, Ian?
Well, they already do have a stopgap quarterback already in the building with Case Keenum. And, they could move on from him. It wouldn't cap-wise, it would sting a little. It's not like it would be crushing. And then bringing on another Band-Aid, I mean, it's possible, but I wouldn't say it's likely. I do think that they'll be able to get the most out of Case Keenum, who I'm almost positive Kubiak also had in Houston. So at least he knows him and is familiar with him.
Okay.
But then I do expect them to go out and draft QB as well.
All right. A few quick hitters then here. What's the Dolphins search looking like right now?
They're going to interview Darren Rizzi on Friday, and so it doesn't seem like they have anything imminent. Plus, a lot of the really good candidates, Flores, Chris Richard, are still in the playoffs, so they're kind of slow playing this a little bit.
It's possible that they're talking to Baltimore just to see what the Hail Mary and how much it would cost them for John Harbaugh, or is that the done deal in Baltimore, do you think?
I think it's going to be a done deal from my understanding in Baltimore with Harbaugh. Now, maybe Miami is waiting to see just to make sure in case it falls apart. I think that's possible. They're clearly in no rush, nor should they be because everyone's playing in the playoffs. I know Miami had some interest. I never got the sense it would really work with Harbaugh.
What's the Bengals search looking like, Ian Rapoport? What's going on there?
Nothing imminent there, though it does seem like they are done interviewing. Vance Joseph, I know, did a really nice job. He's very familiar with the Browns family. That's someone who's getting strong consideration. Zach Taylor, the Rams QB coach, similar situation, had a great interview. A little young, but I know they really liked him. And then Eric Bieniemy also very much in the mix there.
Yeah, Bieniemy's in the mix there. Is he in the mix with the Jets? What is the Jets search looking like right now, Ian?
The Jets, from my understanding, are choosing between McCarthy, obviously former Packers coach, former Bucs OC Todd Monken, Adam Gase, and then Matt Rule, the Baylor's coach. So that's kind of their guys that are still left.
Okay. Any time frame on this sort of stuff?
I was told the Jets, I was sort of waiting for it last night because they were done interviewing, and I was told, don't hold your breath. It's not going to be imminent. And then I had someone else tell me who could find out by the end of the week. But, these time frames get accelerated. The Packers were going to do second rounds of interviews, and then they interviewed Matt LaFleur for 3 hours and decided to hire him. So these things can always be in flux a little bit.
And how did the Browns come upon Freddie Kitchens? We all obviously know what he did attached to the hip with Baker Mayfield, but to go from never having called a play until the fourth preseason game in his career to now running the entire operation, walk me through all that, and the Browns fans wondering if he has the wherewithal to run the entire operation, Ian.
I think a better question is, why didn't anyone else interview him? I mean, all these first-time coordinators who don't have his resume are getting jobs. Like, why wasn't he interviewed by other people? I mean, he came in, he's been a running backs coach, he's been a tight ends coach, he's been a quarterbacks coach who helped resurrect Carson Palmer's career. And, then he comes in and transforms the Browns. Like, why didn't anyone else take a look at him? I think he's ready. He is fantastic and brilliant and hilarious. And if you have him on as a guest, you will see He's a great guy, and I think the Browns are in for some good things.
Well, your two statements there before I let you go, because it sounds like somebody's calling you on the other line, is that your first statement made it seem like why didn't anybody else contact him like he's not potentially head coaching material, but then your second statement said that he is. So what answer your own first question then.
It's tough for me to know. I've thought about this a lot. I've talked to other GMs about this a lot. It is possible that Freddie Kitchens didn't get head coach consideration because he doesn't look like a head coach.
Huh.
I mean, I have no idea, but it's literally the only thing I can come up with.
Because he looks like the guy that was waiting for the Bud Light case to open up with their first win of the season. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the guy. And I don't know, but remember, I mean, everybody wants to win the press conference. I don't know. What else could it be? He's not a self-promoter. He doesn't play the media game. I get that, but what else could it be?
Okay, and then the last thing for you, Ian, is who's the guy that was that we would be surprised that was reached out to that said no, from what you hear?
As far as head coach interviews?
Yes, head coaching interviews from either college or from the retirement community that was reached out to and said, no, I can't come out of retirement. I won't come out of retirement, or I'm not coming out of college.
I would say the Matt Campbell from Iowa State turned down the Jets was probably the most interesting one of those.
Okay.
I know he wanted the Cleveland job, and I don't think we've seen the last of Matt Campbell, who, not a big-time name, but someone who's done a really nice job and certainly could end up in the NFL someday.
Ian, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. We'll chat soon.
All right. Thanks, man. Take
You
care.
got it. That's Ian Rapoport at Rap Sheet. That's the Honda Insider Report.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.